Well, good afternoon once again from Allianz Park, and a very warm welcome to those of you who are just joining our live streaming coverage this afternoon. We've already been on air with the 2018 Champions Trophy final, but now it's the turn of the 2018 AASE League, the Advanced Apprenticeship in Sporting Excellence, to give it its full title, and we're very much looking forward to this final. The Who Can Take Down Hartpury final, as it could be known, although they didn't make the final the year before last, of course. It's the 10th year of the tournament, and Beechen Cliff are their opponents. Now here's the hook, of course. Beechen Cliff have already beaten Hartpury in round 4 of this competition, so we've got a game on our hands here for sure. Tom May is still with us to cast his eye over the game this afternoon. Hartpury have got all the pedigree, but they'll know in the back of their minds that loss to Beechen Cliff is going to make things very interesting in this.
Yeah, look, whenever you come up against one of the favourite teams in any competition, you look for little bits that you can hang on to, and the fact that they've beaten them, they'll be trying to, or they will have done their homework and tried to work out exactly what led to that performance. The thing is, though, Hartpury, I remember watching them last year, they were massive. So they have to try and dominate that area up front just to give themselves a platform. Yeah,
and Hartpury, of course, well, both of these sides, playing in the AASE League, they're allied to Premiership and Championship clubs, these sides, so they get a chance to put a marker down, and some of these guys, it really will be a chance of getting to see the stars of tomorrow today.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the thing, these competitions now, it's not just an entity in itself and it stops there dead. There's always people watching. We're playing here at Allianz Park. I'm sure there will be one or two Saracens coaching staff knocking about, but it's an opportunity for these guys to get seen, to be able to see how they react to playing under, it might not be full. There'll be a fair few people here compared to what these lads will be used to, and it's how they deal with that pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are really looking forward to this one. Let's hear from the coaches ahead of kick-off. Well, Wayne, the rain started to come down here at Allianz Park. Is that going to change how Hartpury look to approach this one?
I don't think so. The last 2 games in the playoffs we played in the rain, so hopefully the boys are fully prepped for these conditions.
Couple of losses, couple of one-point wins. It's been a tight campaign for you guys this year.
It has been. I think it shows how competitive the league has become. I think teams are certainly catching up across the board, really, and hopefully those tight losses will prepare us well for a tight final today.
Yeah, what are the key messages you'll be giving to the boys then before the start?
I think, especially in these conditions, is just to keep hold of the ball, keep things simple, and try and force the other team into errors just by doing simple things well.
And for those people tuning in, who are the faces that we can look forward to seeing in this one?
A number of players. Lou Rees-Zammit, the winger, scored a number of tries this year for us. Our captain Joe Howard, our 12 Isaac Marsh both been involved sort of in the under-18 preliminary squads for England. So there's a number of players, but I think across the board, again, as with Beechen, there's 2 strong sides this year.
And what about the chance of taking them on? They've had one over on you this season. Your chance to revenge your weights.
They certainly have. They've got a very, very good side this year. I think that deservedly they've won the games they have by the margins they have. I think essentially a final, come Cup Rugby, final rugby, it is small margins, and hopefully it'll be a very competitive final this year.
That's what we like to hear. We wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Well, psychologically, the game's got to be on your side, knowing you've had one over on them already this season.
Yeah, that was a big moment of the season, but it means nothing now. We're back at 0-0. We know that Hartpury are going to come with a completely different game to that day. They're experienced finalists, so they're very, very competitive. We know that. So that means nothing now.
Tell us about your side.
Very able, a mixture of lower sixth and upper sixth. Love playing, running, flowing rugby, offloading rugby. A good bunch of lads. Enjoy working with them.
And what are the key things that you want to see from them this afternoon?
I think ambition to stick with what we trusted through the whole season. We have a style of play, and we want to stick with it now and not change it because it's a final or because it's pouring a rain.
I was going to say, is the rain going to change that at all?
I don't think that'll be a mistake I think we only know how to play one way.
Okay, listen, we will let you get out of it and give your team the final words before they come out. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, the rain has certainly started to come down. And if you were with our previous coverage of the Champions Trophy final, well, the Epsom contingent have taken leave, but we do have a few who are still making plenty of noise for this AASE League final. Hartpury College then lining up Fry Chambers at Danes, and in the engine room, Ridian Lowell and Archie Tarbuck, Harry Chase, Jack Hewitt, and then skipper Joe Howard at the back. Half-back pairing of Stephen Varney and Tommy Matthews. Louis Rees-Zammit, the man who we're expecting a fair bit from, and Max Fletcher, the wingers in the middle, Isaac Marsh and Sam Grimshaw, the fullback, Brad Morgan. Beechen Cliff, Stanley, Bailey and Alexander up front, Frankie Reid and Ethan Stadden in the second row, Will Hendy, Cameron Taylor and Nahum Merrigan at number 8, Hugo Flynn, Orlando Bailey at number 10, Gabriel Hammer-Webb and Owen Dudman, the wingers, then Ruben Moxham, who's the skipper alongside Diego Perrell, and fullback George Warboys. On the benches, plenty of those who will be looking to come on and make their presence felt. Not quite as many turning out, but Beechen Cliff have certainly got some lovely bobble hats on the go. Nice to see. Thumbs off some of those results on their way here. As we mentioned, Beechen Cliff have put in a couple of big results, 42 points to 7 against SGS Filton in round 1. They beat Henley College 39-10. And that win against Hartpury in round 4 was 50 points to 19. So that will be ringing in the ears of Hartpury ahead of this one.
For the young fellas, you look back to last year's final, Hartpury really dominated Gosforth, didn't they, in that final? And for Beechen Cliff, who stuck 50 past Hartpury already this season, away from home I may add, they'll certainly be confident of coming here to Allianz Park and lifting that trophy at the end of the game.
Just waiting on their opposition.
Walked out.
Almost looks like it's brightening up, but I think that's just because some of the lights have come on.
I think it's actually getting darker.
Yeah.
The LED boards on the far side of the pitch are doing their job, aren't they? Ah, they've turned up.
Well, you're very welcome wherever you're tuning in via the England Rugby Facebook page. And there is the silverware, the AASE League Championship 2018-19. Should be a real battle, this one. Showing that this, for so many years, was the Can You Beat Hartpury Cup. But they know they're coming here with a job to do. They weren't in this final a couple of years back. Got their hands back on the silverware last year. Can they retain the trophy? Well, here they come.
Last few messages going in. Probably a bit of tactical chat from the halfbacks, from the leaders in each side. Difficult conditions here.
Yep, got you.
Now at Allianz Park.
Yeah, perfect, thank you.
As soon as it rains on the 4G pitch, there is a lot of grease around. Now that might sound blatantly obvious, but it just seems to feel a bit worse when you're out there on a plastic field.
Referee is Jonathan Cook, who'll be in charge of this one.
Which way, please? Just keep them all behind you then. Just keep them behind you. Captain.
So Hartpury are going to get us started.
You ready?
Playing from left to right.
Yes. Ready?
Tommy Matthews checks the surface, and away we go. Going to be difficult out there the first few minutes. I'm not saying it won't be for the whole match, but with the rain that's been in the air, real challenge. But Beechen Cliff earning a few opening minutes on the ball. or a few seconds I should say. Oh, now then, that ball has beaten Brian Morgan. Now Hartpury are under all sorts of pressure. Louis Rees-Zammit having to try and tidy up as well. Ball has just gone forwards off Beechen Cliff, which will allow Hartpury a moment to breathe. But scary moments early on, Tom May.
First big scrum, boys, let's go.
Definitely.
Here's some up, lads.
I told you it was difficult when it
Hookers go left.
gets wet. They carried well, didn't they, Beechen Cliff, straight out of their 22. And then you had a plastic field bounce there where the ball just sits up and then almost backspins away from you.
Loose head blue, pull through, pull your inside
A little
shoulder
volley
through.
from Gabriel Webb. Just got away from him.
Set!
So you should try and catch the over ball before you can avoid it bouncing on the field. Seems ever more present a detail on an artificial pitch like this.
Yeah, I remember playing here a couple of times and balls literally bounced either straight up and then you'll see exactly the same kick again and it's a 90-degree leg spin.
Yeah.
Crouch!
Stand no chance.
Bind! Set!
Buoyancy in the surface as well as the ball.
Well, it's why players here that read the play well.
Oh, what an error at the base. Sorry to interrupt, Tom. Joe Howard, in his desperation to try and cleanly get away from the back of that scrum, has just nudged it on. This will be the angle that shows us.
A lot of pressure coming through from that Beechen Cliff pack.
Well, arguably, that might have come backwards rather than gone forwards, but the referee actually didn't see it. He turned around, saw that he'd lost control, and then gave the knock on, but might be a touch unlucky there, technically speaking. But Hugo Flynn won't mind. He'll wait to get this in and see if Beechen Cliff can have a pick and go of their own. Shot! Man, Morgan's gone all the way, has he? Goodness me, what a start!
That's a great carry.
First movement.
To reach out like that and finish that. I think it was Naim Merrigan, wasn't it? The back of the scrum, carrying well into that midfield. Straight through Joe Howard.
Said Morgan myself, didn't I? Merrigan, my apologies to him. Try scorer. 7 points on the board.
That's a great start from Beechen Cliff. We heard earlier on from the coach, didn't we? They're not going to play, they're not going to settle for playing a boring style of play. They want to try and attack, and that's what they've done in these opening 3 minutes. And then they've just had an absolute coaching nightmare. Coughed up the penalty from an offside and given Hartpury a fantastic opportunity to get back into the game. Look at the strength there. It's really difficult to do under that amount of pressure in these conditions. Very impressive.
Tight head blue, I need you tighter to your hooker. You're leaving too much of a gap at the moment.
Hartpury will be looking at that scoreboard going, not again. Down 7 points to 0 after the first 4 minutes.
And that's exactly what Beechen Cliff will be trying to bring to the fore. They know full well if they can get a couple of tries on the board, that's the nightmare that's going to come back into the memory.
It's taken back inside.
Kick straight downfield. Oh, and then the error at the back. Couple of moments where the steady hands of Hartpury, the steady heads, those individuals they can rely on, just haven't quite been on the money. Rees-Zammit, he'd done the hard work, he'd caught it.
He's got himself into position, hasn't he?
Couple of scrums have been good.
Shows you how greasy it is and how under pressure they feel as a team. But it's a good attacking opportunity, good attacking platform now for Beechen Cliff. Options either way.
Set! That's far enough weight there. Use it!
Flynn gets it from Merrigan. Have a go down that right side. War Boys. Man who added those extras. And Flynn again. Away they come. Big hit in midfield on Frankie Reed.
Advantage over.
Turnover balls allowed Hartpury to clear into the right-hand corner, but it's not there for them, and Owen Dudman fancies a run here, and he's got out and out gas to burn. There's two of them coming across, needs to be dealt with.
Taken over, scrum side blue. Just here, yeah.
Hamer Webb. What a chance with the ball.
Good kick ahead. I thought he was going to get there for 1 minute. It was good coverage though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rhys Hammett did really well.
Made the initial mistake, made up for it there.
Binds! Sets!
Beechen Cliff right on the line again. Merrigan wants to pick again. Attracts a few more red shirts this time. And back into the middle.
Advantage. Penalty advantage.
Hugo Flynn's calling people around the corner, but there's a penalty advantage already being played, so Beechen Cliff can have a free shot here.
Just about to say great ball. Flat to the line. Good decoy runners attracting defenders. And pace out the back. You see Merrigan there.
Posts.
Saying take the posts, take the points.
It's 10 red,
Good
not
ball,
red.
unlucky. An impressive start from Beechen Cliff.
So a chance to add another 3 points to the Beechen Cliff tally.
I'm good, thank you.
I don't fancy my chances kicking off a tee when it ball's that high. Look at that height on that. And it works for George Warboys. And he extends the lead for Beechen Cliff, 10-0. After just 8 minutes, it's been a fantastic start for the side that have already stuck 50 on Hartpury this season. Hartpury, well, they need to settle their nerves, get themselves back into this game and try and banish those memories. Jump back in whenever you want, Nick.
Right here when you need me. You're doing very well, eh? Doing the whole game, fine.
You're holding him in.
You have a rest, Chief.
Wait, we'll play through that.
Here come Beechen Cliff again, carrying round the corner with real ambition through Ethan Stadden, away from Glyn. Flynn.
Advantage knock on.
Now it's come forward.
Next letter up in the alphabet.
What can Hartpury do?
Still playing advantage knock. Tackle.
Beechen Chambers.
Advantage over.
Now the little blind look back inside from Tommy Matthews.
Advantage. Number one, playing the ball on the grounds. Playing the ball on the grounds.
Well, decision here for Hartpury to make. And you could see Joe Howard immediately pointing to the corner.
It's good defensive set that from Beechen Cliff. Just too slow to roll away. Those little details, make the tackle, get out of the way, get back to your feet.
No ball, but stay on your marks. Guys in or out, please, one or the other. Six is here, he's just giving the call. In.
Leighton Chambers gets that in. Now they want to get the drive right. They're going to have to go over Ethan Stadden, who was the road hump.
20. Once backwards. Just watch.
It's a real jumble in there.
He's fine.
They're also going forwards. They're also going towards that touchline. Someone's nearly lost a shirt. Where's the ball? It's back on the Beechen Cliff side. How have they smuggled that away?
And that is a big kick upfield.
Huge boot.
My initial thought there, as Hugo Flynn passed that back to Orlando Bailey, was just box kick it. Don't put the pressure on your 10. But that was a fantastic kick from Bailey.
Got one outside the 10-metre line in their own half.
On the line, lads.
Stunning clearance.
Come onto the line, your front man's fine. Come onto the line. Come onto the line.
Straight down off the top. Little pirouette through the tackle from Marsh.
We'll play through that, thanks. That's enough on
Just a little bit flat-footed there from Harry Fry. He's knocked it on.
Advantage over.
And a little kick on the outside of the boot. Was that Bailey again?
Didn't survive. Wait.
Seen Bailey playing his rugby
20 now.
at top schoolboy level for a little while. He's got a real box of tricks in terms of talent. Good tap down from Hartpury.
I think that's all fine unless anyone tells me to play on them. Thanks.
Now they're going to try and look for that far corner, thinking that they've spotted Beechen Cliff out of position, but Dudman's got back there. Dummies to Warboys. Is it Bailey on the ball? Placed back by Periel. Hartpury straight on the loose ball. Varney has a look left and right, but then it's been knocked on.
Time off. Sorry about that. Can we have a physio on? Space, please, mate. Sorry.
I think
He's just had an accidental blow to the back of his head with the knee, so just checking out.
Harry Danes, you can just hear from the referees, just got an untimely blow to the back of the head. So if it's all right.
Good work in that breakdown from Jack Hewitt. A real pest. See the shape of him. Fairly low slung to the floor. Kept his balance, came in through the gate.
Number 2 and 3.
Perfectly within his rights to do that.
Tighter. 3, I need you tighter to the hooker at every scrum, okay? I need you tighter, because the gap's just too big, it's causing instability. Someone.
Allianz Park has gone for the New Zealand model of rugby, by the way, this afternoon. Any stoppages in play, we're getting some music. You fan of that, Tom, mate?
It's your playlist, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Just maintain it, though, and stay tight.
Left my iPad on.
One blue, pull your inside shoulder through.
10-0 Beechen Cliff with this lead after 12.5 minutes of the first half.
Talking of playlists, you must have been on rugby buses where you have playlist lottery. Mine is embarrassing.
Oh, I'd like to hear some more about that. Away from Flynn, but that was untidy, and there's work for them to do. Which Dudman did well to begin with. Rescued his side a little. The rain is back again, and it's coming in from behind Beechen Cliff. Fairly aggressively, has to be said. It's going to be difficult this for Fletcher to take. He's done brilliantly under an immense amount of pressure. And he places it back. That's superb work from the Hartpury winger. Not easy at all. Short side they go. Howard.
Bailey did well there to get in that passing channel. Just stopped the ball getting out to those extra 2 Hartpury attackers.
Frankie Reid with the good tackle as well.
Flat.
And some nice footwork in midfield.
Tackle!
Interesting at the breakdown. I think we say this every year, Tom May, but the discipline of the sides and understanding of when to compete at the breakdown in the AASE League final as opposed to what we saw in the Champions Trophy final.
Tackle!
Just that little bit more etiquette, a little bit more understanding. Technically making better shapes, as we often hear, at the top end of the game.
It's a good day, isn't it, from Beechen Cliff? Really offensive in their defensive hits.
Yeah, better.
Showed
Still need your
that
inside
desire in their own 22. They're showing it higher up the field now.
It
was Jack Hewitt who felt the full force of that collision.
We've just got to prop down in a minute. Yeah, I've already spoken to your props about any of the issues. Okay, let's go.
Owen Dudman's tucked in behind Orlando Bailey here, just out of shot.
8 blue.
Looking to add an extra number into this set piece attack for Beechen Cliff.
Set! Stay there, please.
Camera's not really showing it, but the conditions, it's really pretty heavy rain now.
Advantage knock on.
Ball's come forward.
Still playing advantage.
Joe Howard again. Now, if Howard had looked outside him there, might have noticed that Hamer Webb had come very tight to that ruck, and there was possibly a man lurking on the outside.
Advantage over.
Now Hamer Webb has retracted.
That's a great kick.
Well plucked out of the air.
Release!
Super take from Harry Chase.
Forwards weight.
Harry, good on the chase. What a run this is. Could this be a great try from Hartpury? No. Just been knocked forwards over the end.
Okay, if you tell me who's taken that in goal, first of all.
Reece Zammit has got some wheels, hasn't he?
He's scored a fair amount of tries over the course of this campaign, as we know.
You tell me clearly otherwise.
I tell you what, he wasn't far off.
It's 22 then.
Good initial kick, box kick from Varney.
22.
That's what you want, kick to compete. Make sure that your back row and your centres can get up and try and win that ball back for you.
22.
And Tommy Matthews, I'm not exactly sure it came right out the top pocket, but it worked well.
Behind the kicker.
It's the rain coming across. Another nice little bit of footwork from Max Fletcher.
Tackle!
Seen a bit of the aerial game from him.
No, you're pushing it into him. You're pushing it into him.
Harry from Fry.
Advantage knock on only.
The knock on advantage. Matthews gets another one of his forwards onto the ball. Now round the corner comes Archie Tarver.
No advantage.
They're coming back for the knock on.
Blue, then red.
I tell you what,
Just gone.
Merrigan is up for this. Look at this, whack. Look at the eyes. Want a bit more?
Yeah.
You want a bit more, mate?
That's a proper
Knock on from
stare at him on the floor, doesn't he?
Then a knock on red.
I think he's trying to work out whether to be nice or horrible there.
Yeah.
Pick him up. No, get up yourself, mate.
Yeah. No, to be fair, looking at it a third time, then there's any suggestion he's helping him out there.
No. Well, it's now Hartpury with a split field
9, no further
attack.
than that, okay?
Good opportunity to put real pressure on the defensive setup.
Set!
The Beechen Cliff have. It's held pretty well so far.
Stop!
Hartpury look to go the short side.
No! 13! Watch that, please.
Back in from Varney. Support given from Harry Fry. Jack Hewitt twisting and turning up to the 22. Matthews wants this quickly. Senses a chance to try and strike with a little bit more depth.
Run off! No!
Tackle was solid from Beechen Cliff. And they're looking to take every last little yard through Harry Chase once more. Now it comes for Fry again, supported by Chase.
Oh, great chop tackle.
Short a little line from Harry Danes, but indeed the chop tackle was accurate. Way again from Varney. Trying to step through was Matthews, but he was well held in the tackle. And look of quick service from Isaac Marsh, who popped up at first receiver. Now Rydian Lowell. Now they're trying to work some room on the outside. This is Reece Zammit. And he's run out of turf in that corner.
That's touch first before the knock on. So line out.
There's no love lost here, is there?
Red, here's your mark.
Good opportunity for Reece Zammit.
5.
That's a good tackle though, isn't it?
He looked to give it the in-outs.
In!
Did.
Blue, get
George
in!
Warboy's up to the task.
Don't let him throw it till it's set.
It's that man again, Merrigan.
he must be nearing double figures in terms of carries now already.
And how many trees he's knocked down as well.
Watch them, please.
Orlando Bailey, then with another huge boot to relieve the Beechen Cliff pressure. They talk about the spine of a team. Then you've got people like Merrigan and Bailey in the side. We've already seen what Warboys can do from the tee.
Numbers.
It starts to give you a really solid platform.
I've been impressed with that tight 5 work as well. Certainly defensively, they're putting Hartpury under a lot of pressure at set piece as well.
Tarbuck does bring it down. Out the back from Marsh. Almost an awkward fall there for Reece Samet, but bounces back to his feet. Varney, not the easiest ball to take. The forwards recognised that there needed to be a bit of go forward with a difficult take and provide it. Matthews then round on the outside. Marsh proving to be a bright light in that inside centre channel, but he's caught holding on. Beechen Cliff were on their feet. Aidan Chenoweth was it who's onto the field.
I don't know what Isaac Marshall was looking to do. Looking for his support, trying to wait, hold the ball up so that they were right in behind him. But he actually made it a lot harder for himself at the breakdown. If you win that collision, it's the attacking side that have the advantage. He slowed right down. Just let Beechen Cliff
stop
turn him over.
Get in!
Beechen Cliff line, they go to the new man Chenoweth. Brings it down, ball is whipped away, then through Bailey. Then it's Diego Periel. Little show on the outside from Staddon, one of those front 5 impressing Tom May in this opening 22 minutes.
Advantage knock on only.
Could they find the ball to the winger? There's a knock-on advantage coming, so Beechen Cliff
Scrum advantage, 9 blue.
will have a bit of a go.
Tackle!
Nahum Merrigan is going to be one of those to start to do so, but I think at the minute we might be coming back for the scrum. If he wants to play the advantage and give Beechen Cliff a bit more time.
Good feet.
Guys, what's your entries, please, blue?
Might well be advantage over on the next carry. Quick hands, and they do manage to get quick hands out to Hamer Webb. Little step, could he find support back inside? No, feet have just gone over the whitewash, but a nice change of gear from the winger there.
14 throwing the ball away.
Wow.
It's over here. 14 throwing the ball away.
Great with the run to begin with, Homer Webb, but then he's throwing the ball away and given
14
a penalty.
threw the ball away.
That's good from Warboys. Really difficult to sometimes take pace off the ball when you're running onto it, and that's what's good attacking. Sorry, that's what good attacking play is about. Realising when you need to go at the line, put pace onto the ball, or when you need to decelerate and wait for the defender to come to you so that you can get the pass away.
Careful look at the side entries to protect.
Good intelligent ball handling there from George Warboys at 15 for Beechen Cliff.
If we get a really clear banker that prevents a potential turnover, then we go after it. So just keep your eyes peeled, please.
It's pretty harsh on Hamer Webb and throw that far.
We play 23. Fellas. Captain. Just a minor thing, just be careful with some of your tackles. I know it's hard on this pitch, but there've been a couple where there's an element of lift and players have been close to the horizontal. I don't want to be in all red cards from one, so just be careful, okay?
Has that been mentioned after the
that's why I'm warning you.
Champions Trophy final, do you think? Just saying.
Okay. No, time is still off.
That was a very speedy referee review, if so.
I haven't given them a mark yet anyway, so
didn't get to see Tom Foley after the game to have a little quiz. I'm sure he would have loved me to.
Time on.
Referees love that, don't they? Just after a game. By the way, shall I tell you what you meant?
Right up in his grill.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Well, that was not straight from Hartpury, but the referee doesn't seem to mind that one too much.
Flats.
They're looking to try and come around the corner. Tackle made by Ruben Moxon and Beechen Cliff skipper. All through Varney and Matthews again, trying to find Marsh. Varney again, they go a little lower that time.
No.
Merrigan is told he can't come through there. 4 men provide protection for the scrum half, and then it's come forwards.
It's another good box kick though.
Or backwards off a Hartpury hand, in fact. Has gained them 10 metres, and they maintain possession. Beechen Cliff momentarily looked like they might force the turnover, but clear out was good. Now the chip down the centre of the field. Hamer Webb
is onside.
Is well hit.
He's not on the ball.
Now the Hartpury 6, Harry Chase, took a bit of a knock there and has stayed down.
That's a tackle release.
Just getting back to his feet out of your picture.
It's a tackle.
Is Beechen Cliff get a penalty?
Tackle number 8, no release. Time off. Time off, play it down. Number 9 red. Number 9 red, please.
Good tackle from Sam Grimshaw and Hamer Webb there.
Guards to bind on fully, please. They're on the
really got to get up on him quickly. Don't allow him any space or time on the ball because he's got the footwork.
Off to Marsh. Marsh who opts to ride the tackle. Beechen Cliff try and get in. There you go, Perriel was making a real nuisance of him. Referee said the ball's out. Beechen Cliff intelligent, listening to the official.
Bind on guards.
Pop that one out the side.
Look how many numbers that Hartpury have got in there compared to Beechen Cliff. Everyone is on their feet for Beechen Cliff.
It's a brilliant take from Hamer Webb. Goodness me.
Ball's there.
Excellent from the young man, aerially speaking. What can Beechen Cliff do with it? Oh, Orlando Bailey's just taken his eye off it.
It's probably, I reckon, the only unforced error that they've had all game so far.
This is the last
It's been a fantastic opening 25 minutes for Beechen Cliff. Hartpury, well, they held on early on, didn't they? But they're just dragging themselves back into this game. Haven't really had a huge amount of possession deep into that opposition.
Crouch.
22.
Bind. Set. Stay bound.
Reece loses the ball in contact. Hartpury will try and play through because Chenoweth couldn't hold it, but we will come back for the knock-on. Can't underestimate how difficult it is in these conditions. Holding onto the pill while going into a big tackle is not easy.
Here's the mark. 6 or 7.
Referee says 6 or 7 minutes to go. Our clock at best estimation. So it sounds like the ref's clock is running just a little quicker than ours.
8.
Unless you've spotted a secret minute or 2 add to our clock there.
Bind. Set.
The director's not happy with me telling you that, by the way.
I didn't even notice.
There you go. Nothing happened. I was making it up. It's fine. They might have to kill me now. Giving away the secrets. Ball is cleared once again.
That's why they teamed me up to start up with lead comms, mate.
I see, right. Getcha. You're doing very well.
How many, please?
While you were downstairs.
Stephen Varney just holding his left arm a little bit. Might have just taken a knock. Hartpury at the minute will feel that we're all their effort and getting up to that 22, but pushing any closer and actually getting towards points is proving to be the difficulty. So again, Beechen Cliff push them back and say,
tackle,
come again if you can. It's another knock-on down to the conditions. Really difficult out there. Really in Lowell that time.
As I say though, I've been impressed with the handling, the standard of the rugby. It's just when the passes aren't quite on point, that's what makes it so much harder to gather the ball.
Crouch.
Be interesting to see what Beechen Cliff look to do here. They've got George Warboys stacked on the right and everyone else to the left. Well, they're going to do anything. It's a penalty.
Yeah, we're not going to get to see the fruits of that little number.
We're going to play on.
Matthews. This could be one of the stronger platforms
Hang on until I give you your
Hartpury have had.
There's your mark.
You
Take
see
the front,
there,
please, Greg.
just dropped straight down onto the floor, didn't they? Beechen Cliff.
Ball in from Hartpury. Can they engage the drive here? They're trying to smuggle it back, and it's now in the hands of Leighton Chambers. And they call in the rest of the cavalry. Chambers is there. They break through, as does Chambers. Try for Hartpury. And that one did go to the script.
Fantastic try by Leighton Chambers, but that's all the hard work that Hartpury have put in over the last 20 minutes to get themselves back into this game. Driving line out was fantastic, got themselves in good body positions. Beechen Cliff, well, they were all at 6 and 7s, weren't they? All over the shop. Quite high there. See Frankie Reid stood up. The back of the driving ball, that's no good to anyone. Need to get in a low body position to try and stop that. It's hard enough as it is.
Tricky one for Matthews then, to try and add 2 more.
Yeah, give or take.
Drilled it, not past the near hand upright.
The numbers in there though. There's it Marsh lending his weight. But really, Leighton Chambers, he was long gone, wasn't he?
Wait, pick that ball up, please.
5-10. Beechen Cliff still with that lead.
When you're ready.
There's your chance, there's your chance.
On the screen, no. 3 E's.
Yeah, blew it again. Third time lucky.
Hashtag E.
Tackle.
Apparently.
Sound like Geordies.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
On the edge of here.
Net result from kick-off means following the Hartpury clearance, Beechen Cliff have this line out. Can they strike back?
Yeah. They must be sat. It's too quick at the moment. Get in. 5-man is called. Get in now, or it's a free kick. Don't throw it. Not forming quickly enough. I told you can't go straight in enough.
Well, the referee a stickler for the
Delay
detail
the
there.
formation and then not set.
It's quite right.
Free kick. No, you can't. It's free kick.
Need to set the line and then start it. Can't start throwing the ball in before the rest of the team have actually taken up position in the line-out. You love all that stuff, don't you, Tom?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused by
I'm going to
that.
tell you 2 things, the line out.
Get in,
You
and
can't
then don't
hang
throw
out,
it
you
into
must
the
form
hooker.
quicker, and you can't go straight up. You must be sat first. Here we go.
No, they need to be in the line out.
I told you this
walk in
in
and
the
go
brief
straight
before
up.
the game. Exactly.
It's just understanding the information, isn't it, as well, that the referee's giving you.
8 in, please.
Each referee interprets every situation differently. It's how
Crouch.
players have to adapt each game.
Bind. Set. Stay down 7.
Hartpury break. Ball's a little behind Marsh.
Good play.
Matthews
Wait.
down on it. Not secure. And Harry Fry.
Off red foot. Advantage knock on.
Now it's gone forwards. Beechen Cliff might get their hands on this. And they get it away straight through the hands of Merrigan.
Flat.
And then Bailey. And Bailey
Still
using
playing advantage
Dudman.
knock on.
Still playing the knock-on advantage.
Advantage over.
For Chenoweth, who tries to step around the tackle, but it was a solid one.
Own player.
from Tarbuck, and then Merrigan, and then that's a good offload and gets that away. Nice feet then from the skipper Moxon.
No, we're going to...
But it's a penalty to Hartpury.
Yeah, I thought that was a good turnover.
14 straight
Merrigan
on the ball.
slightly lucky, I think, with that offload. It rolled off one of the Hartpury players' backs, straight into the hands of Ruben Moxon.
Yeah, I was looking at the number before I blew it. Right outcome, man.
Good turnover, straight in on the ball. Good body position. You get a good body position over the ball like that. So difficult for the attacking team to get under you.
There you go. Lads,
Difficult for them to clear you out if they go in over your back.
Maul. 20 blue, come off his leg. One stationary. No. Come out. He's legal.
A lot for the referee to have a look at here, but Barney has been given enough of a steer by the referee that he could take half time if he wanted to. And Hartpury, well, very keen themselves to take half time. I was going to say go into the sheds, but they won't be going in anywhere. They're going to stay out, enjoy the rain for their half-time team talk. Half-time score, Hartpury College 5, Beechen Cliff School 10. We knew we'd be in for a tight one, and it's proving to be that way. Let's have a look at the scores for the first half. Oh, we'll come back to them in just a moment. One try apiece. Nahum Merrigan was the first try scorer, converted by Warboys. And then the try from Chambers. In the meantime, some other events coming up for you, which you can get some tickets for from englandrugby.com/tickets. Harlequins Wasps, the big game. Some festive fare. Just ordered my tickets myself. Going with the family. Saturday the 29th of December, 4 o'clock, Harlequins against Wasps. Then Bristol Bears against Bath. The Clash. Saturday the 6th of April. 2 o'clock game in the Gallagher Premiership. And then, of course, we have the Tyrrell's Premier 15s final, second season of the top women's club competition in the country. And we're at Franklin's Gardens this year. Northampton, Saturday the 27th of April. That one, a 5:45 kickoff. And our live streams continue into the new year. Saracens women against Harlequins women in the Tyrrell's Premier 15s. Our first of 4 games coming up at the start or into 2019. Hartpury College against Doncaster Knights in the Green King IPA Championship. And then we've got a double header that day. Gloucester Hartpury women against Saracens takes place afterwards at 4:30. And then January the 26th, 2 p.m. kickoff, Wasps against Harlequins. And then Loughborough Lightning against Saracens women on March the 23rd. Also been enjoying the Bucks rugby on the England Rugby website and Facebook page. Game tonight in that competition, Nottingham Trent against Durham, live from Lady Bay. 7 o'clock kickoff for that one. We've got other games coming up over the next 3 weeks as well. Cardiff Met against Cardiff, Hartpury against Cardiff over the next couple of weeks. So Cardiff Allianz Park, incidentally, that Cardiff derby on the 12th of December. Get yourself along to that one and enjoy. So I think our replay machine is back playing ball with us. So here are the highlights, Tom May. First try.
Oh, great finish. Merrigan, strength to get in and around the back row, and then the deft skill to reach out and dot the ball down. He's much better from this angle. See how he just keeps driving his legs, and then it's pretty risky to reach out like that because you can get the ball kicked away. And he did well there. Set the tone, didn't he, really, for the start of the game for Beechen Cliff. Really tough opening few minutes for Hartpury. And Hartpury's opportunity to get back on the scoreboard. And Leighton Chambers, pretty keen on that, I reckon he was.
Yeah, enjoyed it, didn't he?
Yeah, look at the body positions though.
It's really well worked.
Yeah, working together as a group. Low body positions, continually driving their legs. Beechen Cliff, well, they never really were in there at all, were they?
It's a little moist at Allianz Park, it's fair to say.
You can tell it's minging when you get your gloves out.
I know.
Oh dear.
Hartpury College 5, Beechen Cliff School 10.
There's a few tough kids knocking about. There he is. There he is, look at him.
Now there's our cameraman running the touchline, Ezra. He's doing it in a t-shirt.
His nails. Absolute nails.
What is
Look,
he
that,
doing?
he's just put his gloves on now though, is he? Yeah.
He's remembered his camera now as well. Bottom of your picture, there he is.
His teeth are chattering.
I was down at full time. He said he'd been running around with his coat on for so long during the Champions Trophy, he'd worked up quite a sweat. So he's just out there having a workout in the rain.
Your maul, just
He's
make
like
sure
Mickey
that your
Ward from
lifters don't get in
Newcastle,
front
isn't
of
it?
the catcher, so
Never
you're
seen
giving
with a
them
jacket or a
contact,
jumper on.
Is that true?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
We had,
actually,
we had a games teacher like that, always in shorts.
Guys,
yeah.
comms check,
Just because
please.
you're a games teacher doesn't mean you have to wear shorts.
Yeah. So Beechen Cliff ready to get us restarted. Playing from left to right, George Warboys.
Yeah, start you. Thank you.
Man, he's got 5 points to the boot from the first half.
Hartpury. Ready? Yeah, I'm going to move, don't worry.
Drilled by Beechen Cliff, not a bad tactic, but it was well taken by Hartpury. Could be a second half where
Run off!
whoever makes the least errors will end up on the right side of things.
Number 1, roll away.
Especially as the conditions worsen, it becomes really difficult to try and play your way out of trouble. Sorry, you have to kick yourself into positions where you can attack from, where you can drive from. And Hartpury, you know they've got their driving line out in good condition.
Just on you is fine, thanks. Numbers.
I guess the thing for Beechen Cliff, and we heard from the coach's interview before the game, they weren't going to try and change the way they tried to play. And it can pay off or it completely backfire. Let's see.
Lost. No, it's lost.
Might be the ones who opted to take that ball off, didn't to touch it, to take half time. Just have a breather.
Tackle!
Fascinating to see if they can work their way back into this one. Beaten by Beechen Cliff earlier in the season. Oh, that was so close for Sam Grimshaw. Beaten by 50 points to 19. That will be in their minds. So to be behind just by 5, it's cup final rugby. Anything is possible. They were building towards something. That was a really nice late pass and give for Grimshaw. Just a shame he couldn't hold it.
He changed his angle late as well. It's always a good sign of a good player, especially in the centre. The ones that move off the ball prior to catching. It's so difficult to defend that.
That little sort of lateral diagonal movement.
Wait there.
Merrigan plays it off to a scrum half again, but the chip forward hasn't worked.
What, is that what you call a chip?
Hartpury, here's your mark.
Boot.
Yeah.
Good.
Good pressure though from Hartpury. That's what you need to win
and hold.
silverware. People that are willing to put their body on the line.
No.
They nearly spoiled the line out as well. Close enough with Joe Howard. But here come Beechen Cliff again. Oh, and then straight through the tackle. Brilliant run from Stadden. It's been one of the bright lights for Beechen Cliff. That ball was telegraphed back inside from Orlando Bailey, but it didn't matter. Still executed with aplomb.
Fine, it's still in.
Keep it in by the narrowest of margins. Two-man hit is effective. Beechen Cliff in these conditions, doing really well. Oh my goodness, Bailey fending them to the floor with the one left hand. Warboys looking to try and join the line there. Beechen Cliff making yards with some carries, going backwards with others. That's a lost ball forwards. So Hartpury.
Okay, he's holding on, but no advantage from the knock-on.
They won't give away the penalty. We'll come back for the knock-on.
Really competitive in that tackle area. Some big hits going in. Pressure being applied to the ball carrier. That's what you can do, as you mentioned, Nick, in these conditions. To try and hit the ball in these conditions, it's so tough to keep hold of.
Let's just get ready to go once he's tied them. All right.
Quick lace to do.
From an attacking perspective as well, it just means you need to buy yourself a bit more time, a bit more depth. Coming a bit closer to the player inside you so that you're not pressurising his pass.
Bind! Set!
Quick from Hartpury from Goodwin. Oh, and then the pace on the burst. Brilliant from Varney on support. Now they're going to need a scrum half. They've backed up into Danes there. Howard.
No, release!
And away from Varney
He
again.
hasn't moved. You can't have the turnover, number one.
Varney around the corner. Reece Zammit takes out one of his own players on the way.
The clean out.
Brad Morgan hit the deck. Varney onto Howard.
That's a tackle now. There it is.
Varney. Harry Fry. Howard. Little juggle, but holds on to it. Archie Stanley going in to try and affect the turnover. Oh, that's a lovely late line. Brilliant from Sam Grimshaw. That's the line he tried to take a moment ago. And that's the line that's worked. That's the second time of asking. Stunning try from Hartpury. The delay on the pass was Cipriani-esque. The finish was electric.
Okay, thanks.
Well, they came close before, didn't they?
Guys,
but that time,
from behind the post is fine.
from Sam Grimshaw, it was spot on. If you take the ball that flat to the line, you've got someone that's willing to run with real pace and intent, that has the ability to change angle late. So difficult to defend in dry conditions, let alone wet conditions.
Absolutely.
So change your angle late. Defence is just under pressure in terms of their footwork. Great try for Hartpury.
I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right.
And that should, I say should, see them kick themselves into the lead.
That's fine, mate. As long as you're keeping track, I'm happy.
Tommy Matthews makes no mistake. Game on.
Game on, and what a way to take the lead for Hartpury. That's a great try. Don't underestimate how difficult that is for a defensive team to try and stop that play.
Just boot that one off, please. I'll boot one of them off. When you're ready. Back.
Beechen Cliff.
Inside.
Interesting now how the psychological war will go. We said earlier in the game, having been beaten by them earlier in the season, Hartpury, if they went a couple of tries down, what would that do to their mental battle? Well, now Hartpury have got themselves in front in an AASE League final at Allianz Park, and not a team that often throw this sort of position away. The Beechen Cliff know now they're going to have to work extremely hard. One of those who's been doing so for most of the game is Naomi Merrigan.
Thank you.
Short ball has gone forwards to Archie Stanley.
Well, whereas in the first half, Beechen Cliff were not making any errors, we've seen more in this second half.
Guys,
just in danger, aren't they, of slightly overplaying.
But don't do it again. There's the mark.
Yes, okay, you want to try and play an open, expansive style of rugby. Sometimes needs must. You need to play in the right areas. And when you've got someone like Merrigan at the back of your scrum, carrying hard, and that's not a bad weapon to have further up the field.
Thomas Waldron-esque, isn't he? That sort of character.
8. Bind.
In terms of his on-the-field play.
Set.
Or perhaps an Alex Dombrand, to quote a more up-to-date name.
You need to either be by the
tearing things up for Harlequins. 21-year-old imported from Cardiff University.
And hold your movement until the ball's in, please. We'll go again.
Here is that line from Grimshaw, Tom.
Just look at the late change of angle. That just off the left foot.
Crouch.
Diego Perriol's got no chance.
Set.
Effectively, if the ball carrier runs straight to the line, it's the two players outside, both defensively and offensively. It's a race to that space.
Really good work defensively from...
Not on the ball.
I think it was Merrigan there on Goodwin. Knew that he was picking, wrapped him up straight away. Now it's away from Varney again. Tarbuck with the carry. Now Joe Howard taking Beechen Cliff bodies with him.
He hasn't rolled away. That man didn't roll away.
Matthews. Now they try and find Reece Samet.
Turned over. It's a great turnover.
Thanks.
Beechen Cliff. Kick from Warboys. Got more lateral. Chase wasn't strong enough. Needed perhaps a little bit more distance on it, or a little less. Sort of in the middle of neither.
That's a good counter.
Varney.
He's trying to hook it back, isn't he?
Finds Chase. Harry Fry. Varney again. Matthews looks to pick out Lurwell on a similar line to where we saw Grimshaw. A bit of confusion as to who was holding that, but they do hold on to it. Good continuity from Hartpury given the conditions. Driven back in the tackle, but now the advantage will come to Beechen Cliff, and that was in the form of using defence as attack.
Cameron Taylor, massive hit from Cameron Taylor. Just getting a bit carried away with offloading. Just need to play through the floor sometimes. And Hartpury, well, they feel like they're in the ascendancy, so you can see why they're getting carried away. This one here, watch Cameron Taylor come in, whack.
Yeah, brilliant hit. He stayed down as well.
Great offload, was it? Decision to offload, let's say. Talk about 50-50s, that was probably one of those moments. Just keep it, play through the floor, wait for your support to come.
Sorry? Oh, we're going to carry on. We've stopped long enough. No, we're carrying on. Time's running. He's out of the way.
Another one of the Beechen Cliff players getting a bit of attention. The referee says,
just
we're just going to carry on.
This time. 8, I'm not going to tell you every time, just get
He's freezing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Crouch!
Yeah.
Bind!
He's got a date to make after the game.
Set!
Pulls away at the back through Bailey. Beechen Cliff have done well to keep it alive through Warboys. Hamer Webb. Back in.
Down easy, lads!
Oh, they're looking to put the big man down. You heard the call from the referee, down easy. It was in the end. Little short ball. Beechen Cliff mixing it up between backs and forwards a little more. Bailey puts a bit more depth on it. They've gone for a long looping pass over the top. Not sure who that was for. Then a gentle little nudge in the back from Reece Zammit, and now he chases his own kick. Bailey gets back there. Reece Zammit for company. Bailey gets it away for Hamer Webb, who wants to try and dance his way through the first tackle. But it was a solid enough one from Stephen Varney. Now they're back in their own 22, Beechen Cliff. Trailing on the scoreboard, don't forget.
Wait. Forwards wait.
And they've just opted to drill that one and clear the lines. Interesting moments these. Hartpury won't be too disheartened with that moment at all.
Just slide below the
turn the ball over to the wrong bloke as well. Reece Zammit.
It's all right, time's off. We'll get your numbers in a minute.
Happy to just nudge the ball ahead and get after it. You can see how Beechen Cliff, they're not that comfortable kicking, are they? Whereas the close skill comes a lot more naturally to Varney and Matthews.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we had all those. We spoke about it at half-time with the captain. It's fine.
It's just pushing those balls that aren't necessarily on in these conditions. It's such a dangerous game to play. I understand you've got a game plan, but you need to have something to go back to.
Time on. Let me give you your mark, then we'll get numbers. There you go. Hartpury numbers.
Anything in the little shove off the ball there? Was it almost a case of sort of that two defenders coming together?
Well,
he did shove him, didn't he?
I think also that he was in front of. I don't think the referee could see him. I think he was in between the referee and the shove.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Now, try scorer Leighton Chambers has been in this position before.
Get out.
Cheeky.
He's legal. No, don't change.
Great setup again from Hartpury.
Just don't collapse it. Advantage.
Now he goes to ground.
That's wearing the head guard.
Penalty advantage coming, but they're still coming themselves. Hartpury. What are going to be the options? Varney looks to the left. Joe Howard is really well wrapped up by Dudman. They go very close to the line.
No advantage.
Coming back for the penalty.
Well, you heard the referee say, didn't you? Don't collapse it, don't collapse it, just as he did.
Greg, have a look at Red's front lifter coming in to obstruct.
They made that decision to collapse them all.
Close to me on the last one, but I'm not going to call that from the back. Let's go. Number 3,
that's why Hartpury have got a penalty, and they need to be careful here. We've seen how good Hartpury are in this area. Beechen Cliff, they need to improve their body positions and attack this early.
There's your mark. On the line.
Down it comes.
They can't stand off. There's too many standing off.
Chambers will want to come through here again.
Number 8. No, don't change the vibe.
Beechen Cliff working out where they can defend this because the referee keeps telling them where they can't. Where's the ball? On the deck for another Hartpury try. Try number 3, and it's 2 for Chambers.
Fantastic drive again from Hartpury. They know exactly what they're doing there. Look at the body positions they get. They're desperate to get themselves through that. More over the try line.
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, the likes of Stadden, Frankie Reid, they just stood up trying to almost do it with their upper body strength. You need your whole body to try and stop that.
We've seen how good Beechen Cliff's forwards have been going forward with ball as well. They seem to understand the right shape going forward, but perhaps less so to stop it coming at them. This for more than a converted try ahead. Is it coming in enough? Oh, it is. Brilliant from Matthews.
Really good kick. And look here, they've got added numbers in Marsh and Reece Zammit.
Don't take it from in front of the line, okay?
But the middle of that driving more is in such a good position.
Stay behind them, lads.
The guys behind them are quite high, but the core of it.
19-10, Hartpury with the lead. Beechen Cliff with the penalty. Now this is a big moment. What would you do here, Tom May? 3 points and then go for the 7?
That's it, yes. I would take the 3.
Posts are
still
called.
19 minutes. 19 minutes.
19 to go through the ref.
Yeah, you're fine now. You're fine now.
And they're going to have to score again, but you'd think they'd back themselves to be able to get a 7-pointer. George Warboys. There's not many simpler than this.
Warboys to get the 3 they need.
Good kick from Warboys. I said it was simple. There's still a bit in it, wasn't there? 10 metres outside the 22. And now gives his team a real opportunity. They have to keep Hartpury out here and play down this other end of the field. Hardly had the ball in the second half.
I'm doing, I think.
Beechen Cliff squeezed that one out. It's like a banana out the skin, wasn't it? Beechen Cliff again. They certainly have got more depth on it than Hartpury.
Good.
Now they spotted the chance of the winger up to try and send Hamer Webb back down his channel, but it was a really good recovery from Fletcher. In that 15-metre channel, Beechen Cliff got a long way to go and they're quite narrow. So Bailey's gone for the kick. It's going to be a real battle, this. Oh, that's really well taken. Little sell of the dummy. Perhaps it should have gone to Reece Zammit. We know how quick he is. Brad Morgan. Now that has gone up for Zammit. It's going to beat him into the middle of the field. Good recovery from Frankie Reid. I haven't seen curtains since 1995, incidentally. That's a nice, soft little ball out from Merrigan out the back. But Beechen Cliff are struggling to find yards with ball in hand when they were making it look more easy in the first half. That's come forward off Hartpury though. So they'll get 10 metres for free there.
Yeah, they will. Beechen Cliff have got away with that though. That was a really poor decision from Merrigan. Just kicked it away. He's one of the biggest carriers we've seen all afternoon. Put your head down, pump your legs.
I think it's a case that the Hartpury defence has just stood up a little more from that first quarter of the match. Because it doesn't seem that Beechen Cliff are getting through with the carries as much as they were.
No, well, I don't think they've had the ball either, to be honest, but, you know, they obviously want to get the ball out wide to the likes of Hamer Webb.
16.
You don't want to see your 8 kicking the ball away just to no one. That should have gone here.
Yeah, absolutely. The 2 wings on the outside for Beechen Cliff were already streaking back, spotting the threat.
All good.
Might not have been the most open passing channel. We'll give Morgan the benefit of the doubt there.
Scrum blue.
Mr. Outside the tune du jour at the Allianz Park ground this afternoon.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, Beechen Cliff have lost it, and it's come straight out, and it wasn't spotted, and Hartpury capitalised through Stephen Varney, and that is disaster striking for Beechen Cliff. Wow. Hugo Flynn's wondering where the ball is. It's already come out.
So difficult when you're in an attacking setup, ready to run the other direction. Ball spills out. That was really poor control at the base of the scrum there from Beechen Cliff.
That's in there. He's on his way.
And Stephen Varney, I was looking in his eyes, the way he was looking around just before the ball went in, he was very, very aware, and he was very, very quick.
He certainly was. And then Matthews to take it further away from Beechen Cliff. Oh, it's a sweet strike.
Got to be really... Well, it didn't even get to Merrigan's feet. It just squeezed out the back row. Almost came out of the feet of Will Hendick.
Time's off, you're making a replacement.
And Stephen Varney,
blue 9.
as soon as he got the ball, there was no looking back there, were there? Shot out here.
PJ good to go once he's cleared the field.
Probably Flynn should have been a bit more aware. Tough though.
Time on.
Hugo Flynn, after that, has been given the shepherd's crook. Leaves the field.
Ruck.
Red left, red left.
Ben Hansford-Holt is onto the field. I think this will be one on the change as well. Try and keep up with.
Tackle was made.
You can see Harrison Croker is onto the field now. A bit of a charge down. Reece Samet has got his hands on the ball. Who took that one into touch? Beechen Cliff did in the end.
Blue on the line, please. Yeah,
good pressure from Beechen Cliff. You need to fight for those balls all the way through. Things like that can turn games, and they need something to turn in their direction now. 56 minutes gone, 26-13. Hartpury are up. Don't forget, Beechen Cliff, well, they stuck 50 on Hartpury away from home.
This will be a big result for Hartpury if they can continue and get this one over the line. Reece Samet scored plenty of tries over the course of the season.
Backwards on off his leg.
He's not going to get that one. Wrapped up in the tackle is Chenoweth.
Leave now, leave now.
So for Hansford-Holt. Gets it away, a little chat back. With a chance to find a bit of room down the blind side. Jack Goodwin in there making the tackles. Hartpury number 20. Pick and go from Diego Periel, but it probably needed a little bit more than that. Then the little half break. Looking like he's going around in a washing machine. Is Ollie Bailey. Hansford-Holt again, dummy on the inside shoulder. Wasn't given. Hartpury alert to it though. Beechen Cliff just trying to try and find the room. Alden Higgins with the take. Rowan Mullis goes through on Hansford-Holt. Referee not drawing into a penalty as Merrigan adds himself to the game. And now Dudman is looking to try and go all the way. Can he get the ball on the ground? What a score from Dudman. Well. Beechen Cliff hit back. And in terms of the timing of the game, they had to.
That is an unbelievable finish from Owen Dudman. Pace, footwork. Strength to get out of that tackle.
Power first of all, wasn't it?
Good footwork. Who was that? That was Brad Morgan, I think he did in a shoebox, didn't it? Strength to drag two defenders over as well. And now Warboys. He's kicked it straight down the middle. Warboys with a great kick. 26-20, Beechen Cliff are back in this.
7 sub please.
10 points to the boot of George Warboys.
Straight over the Jack Hewitt. It's a back row he's bundled over there.
10.5.
1.
Okay, let's go please.
2. Two of them had a nibble, didn't they? But didn't stand a chance.
They've been treated to 2 scintillating schoolboys finals this afternoon. First the Champions Trophy, won in the end by Wellington College against Epsom. Bridesmaids once again in terms of Epsom, but brilliant game.
No red!
The tactic now is give it to Dudman.
Sending through another hole. 6-point game. Beechen Cliff have got to trust in their ability and know what time they've got on the clock to try and work to another try. That's what they need. Another nice bit of footwork. Wasn't the easiest of pickups. That was really, really well done by the big man Higgins.
They need to play in the right areas of the field here, but at the moment, Orlando Bailey's kicking is not allowing them to get downfield.
Ball's available, let it come!
Red Wall has been doing enough. Got a bit more width on this if they might consider it at this point, Beechen Cliff. I think it might be going up in the air.
Flat.
Little soft pass. Hartpury drive it back and got a few more men now to fan wider on this defence. Oh, well, that's a nice hole to run through. Looking for the offload. It's there again for Hansford Holt. Need to make sure they don't get away from their defenders, Beechen Cliff. Difficult one for Orlando Bailey. Joe Howard straight in on the tackle from a Hartpury perspective. Yards are so hard to come by. Bailey was under a lot of pressure there. Now it comes down for Rhys Zammit, who wants to get on his bike, get through one tackle, but he meets an opening car door the second time. Away from Varney.
Stop in front.
Tried to look over the top here.
Thank you.
It's a really intelligent kick.
It's an intelligent kick, but as much as I admire Beechen Cliff for all their endeavour, as we see a replay of Rhys Zammit being stuck on his backside, you have to say Beechen Cliff are shooting themselves in the foot here, because they're trying to play themselves out of trouble and then only kicking when it's on Hartpury's terms, which means it's then going straight down the back three's throat and they can attack straight away. Look at Hartpury, one phase, ball in hand, kick to the corner, sat right on top of them again.
Yeah. They need to go to those wider channels and suck in those back three players, don't they? And then find the room in the backfield, Beechen Cliff. At least that's one way to do it. But again, they're carrying from their own line as Chenoweth puts his body on the line. That's been miscued. That's gone straight up in the air from Bailey. There's a knock-on advantage being paid to Hartpury. I thought it came backwards off the tape, but either way, side in red are on advantage over, and Joe Howard, the skipper, will carry. But it's a penalty. Beechen Cliff. Jack Hewitt penalised for sealing off, and Will Hendy, I think, has taken a knock.
Well, they're lucky there to win that penalty, because they allowed themselves the opportunity for George Warboys to knock the ball downfield.
7.
I think what's becoming apparent is that Orlando Bailey's got a very, very good attacking game, but he's not actually that great in terms of managing his team around the field and playing in the right areas. His kicking game is letting him down.
7.
Think of all the energy that Beechen Cliff are having to expend in just getting themselves out of the 22.
It's that sort of, can you work as a fly half when your team are finding front foot ball so difficult? Some of the best in the world can do it, and a few struggle.
Thank you. Do I ask you how long again?
We see Tom Jenkins on the sideline,
7.
eager to make his entrance. Well, I've got this stoppage, Tom May. Might be a chance for you to consider your man of the match or not.
There's been some good performances so far. Obviously Hartpury winning at the moment.
17 off feet.
And Grimshaw has played well. Varney's played well.
Have a little think on. We will come to it in a few moments.
Hartpury on the line, on the line. 5 man.
brace from Chambers, of course.
Just watch
Another name to add into the mix as far as Hartpury are concerned.
Hartpury closing the gap. Hartpury
It's a
closing
free
the gap.
kick to Beechen Cliff.
Your mark was the line. Hartpury closed it. Free kick only. Scrum.
Beechen Cliff opted for the scrum here. They'd like to absorb some of the Hartpury forwards. Said Hartpury haven't been shy of a shove or two at scrum time.
Oh no, the last time they had the ball in this area, it went horribly wrong, didn't it? And it was pretty much in exactly the same spot.
Yeah. Give or take a couple, you're absolutely right.
Crouch. Bind.
Different scrum half this time in terms of Hansford Holt, who was on.
I certainly am. In. Let's just set the scrum, eh? Crouch. Bind. Set. User, please. Stay bound.
Scrum half gets a bit more protection that time from Beechen Cliff. Bailey. Oh, it wasn't held by him aware, but
Advantage.
they'll come back for the scrum despite the chase.
Thanks. Can't see. Where are you? Oh, there you are. I can't see that colour. Scrum here. Yeah. To knock on. Scrum red. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, says the referee.
Come on, five! Seconds!
Crouch.
Set!
Bind.
Bit of keep ball here for Hartpury.
Set!
Take a bit more out of this clock. A few big carries.
Another kick to the corner, surely, right? They're going to have a go. It wasn't the easiest of balls to take. Well juggled and held on to.
Thank you.
Varney. Drive back in the tackle. Penalty Beechen Cliff.
Holding on number 4.
There's not a lot of time, but Warboys needs to stick this as far on that touchline as he can.
Number 4 holding.
Fairly unfussy about it as well. Line out just outside the 22.
Beechen Cliff need to have a little think about their phase play. It's pretty easy for George Warboys to step up into that 10 slot, be able to kick them downfield and then have Orlando Bailey slightly
the gap must
further
stay
out.
open, guys. You need to get in quicker
Both more
because
than
that's
capable
causing
of
an
playing
issue.
and switching into those roles.
Okay.
At the minute, Warboys has taken position in outside centre. Got to get the line out right, which they do. And it's with Bailey. Stepping off is the right wing. Dudman, the try scorer. Now they come again. And they look to get the carries right. Ethan Stadden. Outside ball for Perrier. Just holding on to the ball is so difficult in the greasy conditions as well. Hartpury's defence looking a little more organised in the Beechen Cliff attack at the minute as well. Hansford Holt gets a late call. He was looking down that short side, but wasn't sure who was going to be there.
You're pushing it in for him, balls there.
Beechen Cliff again. Can they undo the Hartpury defence? He runs into his own man. It's an accidental offside.
2 minutes, boys!
You have to think that that's probably game gone as well. That was their opportunity. You have to keep moving through the line. If you're running as a decoy runner, you can't just stop. Stop on the gain line. You're putting yourself right in a position for that exact situation to unfold.
For Beechen Cliff, it's got to all be about the pressure now.
Yeah.
What pressure can they put on Hartpury to execute the winning of this game?
Sort it out themselves. Just make sure the right players come off.
Hartpury will want to play control, play deep, clear lines, look for territory.
That's That's 4, not 5.
Beechen Cliff need to summon up the energy and just get in their faces and hope they can benefit from a big mistake.
Let me just get the mark. There he is on the mark.
Frankie Reid takes leave. Was it Cameron Taylor as well, possibly? No, it was Archie Stanley.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
In from Varney, but it's been won against the head. Beechen Cliff have it. Now then, they've got a flat defensive line, but can they put a bit of depth on it?
He's played well.
Try and get some go forward. Periel with the carry. They're going to go short side again with Hansford Holt. Now they found a bit of room to get through the gap. Got to avoid that touchline.
Clean out. Attempt to
Beechen
clean out.
Cliff looking for a try and a conversion to win the AASE League final.
Now it's all about accuracy in this final third.
Arriver, please, Blue.
Periel again.
Gets through some work, doesn't he, that 13?
They're going to try and pick and go the last 10 metres, are they?
Tackle!
Hansford Holt goes to the left. Orlando Bailey trying to make it all happen.
Back.
Who's going to be the next man to go low enough and take half a metre at a time?
Back, please.
It's got to be the last couple of attacks of the game. Bit of possession. Beechen Cliff are making half a metre at a time with each carry.
That's all they need from this far out.
Well, it certainly is. James Robson onto the field. They've got really close here now then. We saw 2 or 3 tries scored like this in the previous game.
Backwards! It's backwards!
They've not got it. It's gone backwards. Beechen Cliff will have to go again. Merrigan.
They're just going on their own though. They need to go in 2s and 3s.
Again they go solo. And it's still not working as Hartpury put the bodies in. No offsides currently from the referee.
Look at the space out wide, by the way.
And Hartpury turn it over.
Stay back.
Varney to clear it and to win it. Well, what drama. Beechen Cliff with it laid out before them. Devastation on their faces. But what revenge for Hartpury. A 50 points to 19 loss earlier in the competition. But a win on finals day will erase the memory of that. Hartpury College are the AASE League champions by 26 points to 20.
Incredible game. So competitive for the full 80 minutes. Beechen Cliff, well, they shot out the blocks, didn't they? Some great performances from a lot of those Hartpury College players. Sam Grimshaw and Stephen Varney in the back, so they were fabulous. But for me, the hooker, Leighton Chambers, 2 tries right at the centre of those driving lineouts for Hartpury College. He was their go-to man, and he is my AASE Championship player of the match, Leighton Chambers.
Yeah, great display from Chambers. It popped up at just the right times, didn't he? We have seen Hartpury's name on this trophy so many times, but given the nature of the season that they've had, coming through with 1-point victories in their last 2 games to get to the final, they just love a final at Allianz Park. Sensational win for them. They had to fight and get their way back into it. Tom May. Let's have a little look back at the tries.
This was the flying start, wasn't it, by Beechen Cliff. Merrigan, he was fantastic throughout. Real focal point for Beechen Cliff attack. They sort of went a bit away from that. I think the thing that cost them, they didn't play in the right areas. Tried to overplay in their own 22. Here's the first Leighton Chambers try. Just busting through the middle. Really good body positions from those Hartpury College forwards. Knowing exactly what they're trying to do. Even the backs are joining in. Well, this is my favourite. Brilliant change of angle, good acceleration. It looks really easy. It's not. Sam Grimshaw, great line. He tried it a couple of minutes before, didn't he? Fumbled the ball, but the threat was there. And then here's Leighton Chambers second. Quite high up front, but actually in the middle of that.
It's great seeing Harry Fry just trying to avoid the man pulling his kecks down.
Yeah. With pants like them on, you can understand why. Well, the core of that driving more tried their hardest to keep those body positions. It's certainly an area that Beechen Cliff need to work on to improve as a side. This was just a bit unlucky, wasn't it? But it shot out, almost got kicked into Stephen Varney's hands, and then the pace was brilliant from the scrum half to finish that off.
Yeah, brutal at this stage, but just what Hartpury wanted. Took them up to 26 points to 13. And then Dudman's try, well, it gave us the grandstand finish.
Strength, pace, footwork, pin your ears back, and then drag people over with you. I hadn't seen him too much before, had we, Dudman? I thought he did brilliantly there. And maybe that was the chance that Beechen Cliff had to bring themselves back into the game. You have to say, what were they, 20, 30 phases at the end there? If they just moved the ball one or two passes out, there were no Hartpury defenders in sight anywhere.
Yeah. Wayne Thompson laying down his congratulations and his delight to his Hartpury team. And there are the supporters. Rock stars for a night. So do stay with us. We will see both teams up for their presentations in just a moment. So Beechen Cliff begin what will feel like a long ascent to receive their runners-up medals.
They played well, they contributed to a good final. But we heard earlier on the coach's thoughts, didn't we? But as the conditions came in, you've got to try and adapt your game. You can't play from everywhere against a side like Hartpury, because they'll just apply enough pressure to you to make you force you to make errors in your own 22.
And Ruben Moxham leads the side then to receive their runners-up medals from Peter Wheeler by the looks of it. Well, commiserations to Beechen Cliff. They will be infuriated that it felt so close. Pick and go on the line in that last couple of moments. Well, that loose ball jumped upon by Hartpury was the final turnover and clearance that they needed. Beechen Cliff, the 2018 AASE League final runners-up. But here come Hartpury. Stephen Varney, one of those who did a decent job, one of the first men through there. And Tommy Matthews took home 6 points from the boot himself. And they will be waiting for the last man up, Joe Howard. You're on the tally, love.
It's quite weird, isn't it, how people wave at the TV?
Yeah.
Even though it's the camera, they should be waving. Maybe I've overthought it.
Oh. She's got that the right way around.
Yeah.
So Joe Howard comes up to receive his medal, and he will also receive the silverware. Make sure he gets out in the right position. By 26 points to 20. Hartpury have done it once again. They're the AASE League final champions for 2018. Of the game, Tom, and this was, well, the heartbreak for Beechen Cliff. But as you say, there was a wide option or two open for them at this stage.
Oh yeah, that's Louis Rees-Zammit that's just put his shoulder into that tackle, and he's the left wing. But just as they lost the ball there, one or two passes out here to the likes of Ruben Moxon, and literally he would have jogged in because there was no one left. Very difficult when you've basically just worked your way upfield doing exactly what you're doing. You need to have that confidence. One or two passes, it's only 15 metres, 20 metres, makes the difference though.
Certainly does. Well, thanks very much for your company on this afternoon's live streaming coverage on the England Rugby Facebook page of our AASE League final, and if you were with us earlier for our Champions Trophy final, that just about wrapped things up from Allianz Park. Another memorable year of finals, two fantastic games. Congratulations to the winners, commiserations to the runners-up. Don't forget, plenty more coming up live here in England Rugby. 4 Tyrrell's Premier 15 games taking us through the new year and into March, and that double header, of course, at Hartpury, which is the Hartpury College Doncaster game in the Green King IPA Championship, and then Gloucester Hartpury against Saracens as well. But Hartpury will round off the AASE League finals as champions once again. They know how to win at Allianz Park. Good night.